Hola y bienvenidos a Amores Patos. Hi, welcome to Amores Patos.
I'm your host, Anna.
And I'm your other host, Faby.
This is a podcast where two best friends get together and talk about
Duck facts,
Duck lore,
Duck Dream Warriors,
and DuckTales. Alright, we are recording a new episode.
I'm excited.
I'm very excited. Slightly hyper, but excited. Hyper is good for this, probably. Yeah. Anyway, today we are recapping Season 2, Episode 19, A Nightmare on Killmotor Hill, which I just now got was a reference, word for word, like the title for Nightmare on Elm Street.
30 seconds before we started recording.
30 seconds ago. I came to the realization because Faby pointed it out.
Yeah.
And I'm the one who watched Nightmare on Elm Street for this episode, for this record. And I did not get that very obvious reference in the title. So, that's on me. Anyway, the story for this episode is by Frank Angonas, Emmy Cicierega, Madison Bateman, Colleen Evanson, Christian Makelhays, and Bob Snow. It was written by Emmy Cicierega. The storyboards are by Vince Zaparo, Emmy Cicierega, Victoria Harris, and Ben Holm. Oh, Emmy Cicierega did, everything. Shit.
Ooh.
She wrote, and storyboarded.
Oh, damn.
And it was directed by Tanner Johnson.
Hey.
For our watches, Season 3 will deliver.
Okay.
Probably. So we have Matilda McDuck.
Yes.
No. Max Goof. No. And Chef Boyardee.
Oh my god.
Let's hear it for Benzino Gasolini.
Also no.
Dumb. Oh no.
And starting with this episode, I'm starting a new bit that I have only warned Faby exists.
If you're wondering, why is Faby a little bit more quiet? I'm legit nervous about what this bit is gonna be. I've just kind of been waiting for it. But okay.
Yeah, I told Faby nothing about this bit beyond the fact that it exists, and it will be happening every single episode.
Okay.
So, welcome now to Duck or False. A mini game show within this podcast where I give Faby a piece of information of duck lore that she has to determine whether it is duck fact or whether it is duck fiction.
Okay.
So, I'm going to choose the weirdest and randomest pieces of duck lore to quiz you with.
Okay.
And you have to tell me whether it's true or false.
Okay. Oh no.
And it can be anything from original DuckTales or the comics.
Okay.
So Darkwing Duck and other affiliates will not be included.
Okay.
So nothing else Disney Afternoon that is not DuckTales.
Okay. It's been a while since I've been the non-expert.
I want to do this because I don't get to talk about duck lore very often. So except for the next episode.
Yeah.
I miss talking about duck lore because it's fun.
Yeah.
So I just created this bit.
Okay.
This game show. All right. Are you ready for your question?
It doesn't matter if I'm not.
All right. So, duck or false? Does Magica de Spell have a niece named Minima de Spell in the comics?
Duck.
That is true.
Yeah.
Duck. That is duck. True.
Duck truth.
Duck truth.
Yes.
Her name is Minima de Spell. I have my notes here.
Hey.
She actually debuted in a DuckTales comic in the 1991 comic Dime After Dime. but never in the cartoon, obviously.
Yeah.
And she's obviously very popular in Italy, because Magica is really popular in Italy.
I bet.
But yeah, so she's a regularly occurring character in Magica-centric stories in Italy, but she never shows up in anything American besides that one comic. Mm-hmm. And she has no relation to Poe de Spell.
Oh, wait.
Yeah. Okay, so because Poe de Spell is purely in the DuckTales cartoon.
Okay.
So Poe de Spell is like this really just random thrown in there thing in DuckTales 1987. It is Magica's brother who has been turned into a raven, and Magica for some reason refuses to turn him back.
Yeah.
Or she can't.
She claims she can't.
Yeah, which...
Like, once.
Yeah, and it's like, bitch,
And then
you
she
can
doesn't
do
do it.
all sorts of shit. And there's no explanation beyond the fact that that's her brother, and he's a raven now, and he can kind of talk.
Yeah.
This time, nothing will stand in the way of what I want most in the world.
Ah! What? Turn me back into a man?
No, Scrooge McDuck's old #1 dime.
And, which is funny because in the comics, Magica actually has a pet raven called Ratface,
Okay.
who is just a pet raven.
Yeah, yeah.
And Minima de Spell is the kid of some other magical relation. Magica's like a whole family,
Yeah,
like extended family in like the comics, because they love doing that.
Everyone has big families.
Yeah. But
Okay.
yes, it's a good job on your first
Yay.
Ducker Falls.
I remember because back in the day there was thoughts that like that was gonna be Lena.
Yeah.
Specifically.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember that.
Alrighty. We'll get into the episodio.
Our note-taking skills. Well, I'm just gonna randomly say I switched it up. Usually I go to the episode and I write everything out.
Yeah.
It takes like 3 hours. It's a lot.
Yeah.
This time I was like, you know what? The scripts are online. I'll just do that and I'll look at them and I'll print them out. No, because the transcripts don't have names. So I went through it all and I did that and it took the same amount of time. But now I have fancy printed out.
Nice. I have very bare bones.
But I really like this episode.
How?
I really
It's a
really,
good
really
episode.
like
Like the Lena episodes are always really good and scary. Like
Oh,
they
yeah.
always are like, hey, how badly can we fuck up this teenager and keeping it within a Y7 rating?
Yeah, it's terrifying.
Yeah, the other bin episode was a lot.
Yeah.
And for the moon, no, fuck. The Shadow one.
Oh.
Shadow War? Season 1 finale? Shadow War,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The Shadow War with Lena being, like, possessed and learning
Uh-huh.
her origin was fucked up. And, yeah, they just, like, fucking with this kid.
It's so
Fucking,
sad.
Friendship Based Magic.
Oh, yeah.
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 She thought she was gonna be stuck in the shadow dimension forever, and then she thought she was going to die
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
She's been through it.
I know.
Hope she's in therapy. Please. Just...
Multiple people in this
Yeah.
episode are shown to need therapy
Yes.
at one point. But even just like artistically, it's very very nice.
Yeah. Oh my god. No. Yeah. This episode, a lot of fun stuff. Mm-hmm. Like colors and just good.
Yes. Okay.
So we'll get into it.
So we start with the boys playing like Nerf darts.
Yeah, they're trying to hit like this picture of Magica because they're having a big sleepover in the mansion.
Yeah.
So it's the boys, it's Webby, it's Lena, and it's Violet.
Yes.
Or
and
something.
then one of them, I couldn't tell which one. Who hits Lena?
I think Dewey. I think by accident hits the picture of Lena, and they're like, oh, they're like minus 10 points because Lena's good now.
Yeah. And Webby's like, yeah, like Lena's the best person ever.
And we see that it was Lena's idea to have a sleepover, and that everyone helped her put everything together. They have snacks, they have weapons.
I know. Violet's all like, every manner of booby trap. We got it.
And Beakley is guarding the door.
Yes, I love that.
Which is huge. She's gonna guard the whole night. And the reason Lena wanted to have this sleepover was because it's her and Webby's friendiversary.
I know.
She imagines it is, because she kind of lost track of time while being stuck in the shadow realm.
Specifically, she's like, just goes really like serious. She's like, time loses all meaning when you're trapped in the infinite night of the shallow realm. And then she's just kind of like shakes out of it, and I'm just like, oh my god.
Oh god, please tell me she's getting some help, please.
But it's cute because at the same time when she's saying that, she like brings out a cake.
Yes, yeah, a cake that she baked, and it's like it's like she clearly like frosted it and everything, and so it's like the little frosting her giving all of them a hug with like these crazy long
arms. Yeah, and Webby's like kind of in shock.
Yeah.
And she's like, and I'm like, that's really cute.
It's
like
super cute. It's shittily decorated.
Yeah.
But it's good though, like in the kid way. Like it's good.
And then she like kind of sings about her anniversary. It's specifically to the William Tell overture finale, which is the
oh yeah. I don't know music things.
Yeah, I looked it up. And she's just kind of like talking about
you could just pass this off as your knowledge.
Yeah. It's my I have infinite music knowledge.
Yes.
Nothing weird is going to happen at this slumber party. Yep, just a totally normal friend-anniversary celebration! Webby, we met 1 year ago today, I think. Time loses all meaning in the infinite night of the Shadow Realm. Oh, happy friend-anniversary. If I didn't have you, it'd be worse for me. I'm made of shadows, you're made of flesh. Whoever thought that we would mesh?
You are a wordsmith.
It specifically says, I'm made of shadows and you're made of flesh.
Yeah.
Whoever thought we could mesh.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh my god.
So Lena's... Does she age?
I don't know.
Because she didn't age before this. Like, when Magica made her 15 years ago, she was just kind of made at this age.
True. I don't know.
It's kind of depressing to think about if she ages or not.
I mean, the Duck family's immortal, so...
Well, yeah. But, like, maybe she could probably control it now.
Yeah,
like,
maybe she can now choose to age, like, with her friends and everything.
Yeah.
I'll choose that.
She probably can't die, though, huh?
Unless she wants to.
Oh, God.
Like, yeah, like those mythical beings.
Yeah, because Magic's amulet's, like, inside her now.
True.
Like, it's, like, what's sustaining her.
Mm-hmm. She could probably die in that, like, just cease to exist kind of way, if she chooses to.
I guess.
When Webby dies.
Yeah. In like 1,000 years.
In like 1,000 years, she could be like, I'm out too.
Because you're just gonna pass around that fountain of youth juice.
Just a surprise. You're like in your mid-20s and Scrooge is like, guess what? You know that martini I gave you? You're immortal now. God fucking damn it. Oh my goodness.
Anyway, so... Sorry, unrelated to this. Scrooge and I went to school.
Scrooge is illiterate.
Yes, that's the point.
Yeah.
No, he's not. No, he's not illiterate.
He's not.
He didn't go to school, though.
No.
Because he was born in 1862, I think.
You should know this.
I think he was... Okay, I'm gonna fucking look it up. Okay.
This should be tattooed on.
Shut up. Damn it! It was born in 1867.
Oh, wow.
It failed. But yeah, so school wasn't important back then if you were poor, which he was.
Yeah.
Which is funny.
Look at him now.
Who needs school?
He's like their universe example of all the kids now. They're like, who needs school? I can just become a YouTuber.
Oh God!
I don't need school. Scrooge is
an influencer.
I want to see Scrooge's TikToks.
It's him just fumbling with the phone, like what the.
It's that classic Hillary Clinton Vine where she's like taking a picture of like a can or something, and you just hear loudly tap so that the camera flips, and she's like just chilling. Cedar Rapids.
I have not seen this TikTok and I never want to.
It's a Vine.
Whatever, this derailed.
Amazing. Anyways,
derailed. So
Scrooge has a TikTok.
He can't. Look, have you seen his phone? It's a razor.
True.
It's not even a razor. It's older than that. Anyway.
Anyways, Lena
made friendship bracelets.
Yes.
And for everyone. So so Webby has one. Everyone has one now.
That's so cute.
Yeah, which is really nice. But
it's Louis.
Yeah.
Who's like, is this a prank?
He's like, why are you being so nice?
Yeah. And Lena's like, what do you mean? Like, I can be nice. Like, not everything I say is sarcastic and mean. And Huey's like, you're literally like sounding sarcastic and mean right now. And her temper kind of gets to her, and she's like, I'm not.
Yeah, and
like,
that's just how her voice sounds, and we see that the candle on the cake flares up like crazy. Because starting here, we see that there's something going on with her that she's not able to control her magic as much.
I'm like, as someone who's been accused of having an attitude because of how my voice sounds, I get that. I just sound like this.
I've only ever received compliments on my voice.
Well, it's my mom who says that I sound creída. And I'm like, I think it's a mix of my SoCal accent, my Mexican accent, and the fact that sometimes I have a country accent for no reason. And it all just kind of meshes up, and it gives me like a kind of. I'm like, whatever. But yeah, Lena is having it rough.
So there's clearly something going on with her that she's not talking about.
Well, when she says that, Violet's like, I found it better to convey no emotions whatsoever. Oh, and we did it. They don't show it in this episode, but I think we mentioned before that Violet and Lena are living together.
Yes, the Saberwings. I don't know if they've adopted Lena, but she's living with them. It's never talked about in the actual episode, but Frank Angonis talked about it on Tumblr. That because apparently they weren't able to fit it into the episode like time wise, which is a bummer. Because I think we talked about before that while the Lena episodes are really really good, the one like I guess fallback is that there's no like
adult
so we don't see kind of like the fallout of things. So Lena coming back from the dead, no adults react to this. Even though we see that Beakley and Launchpad see her and Launchpad reacts to her. You know, kind of saying hi. But the fact that all these terrible things happen to her, and like we do see like her friendships are extremely helpful to her. That they save her all the time. But there's no like parental adult supervision like to keep her safe. Like once she's back from the dead, there's no even like an acknowledgement that she's living with Violet. I think would just help in terms of knowing she's getting better, knowing she's safe. I think just because they went to the effort of in the Shadow War showing where she was living, that she was homeless, living underground in this cement bunker basically, alone. And then the fact that there's no carryover from that, that there's her whole scene with Scrooge and Scrooge vowing to let her be part of the family, and that's never never picked up again.
Like, I wanted to just, I don't know, that's the thing with, like, Scrooge, we've talked about it before, maybe not adopting her actually into the family, but placing her somewhere.
Making sure she's somewhere safe. Because I find it really interesting, the fact that he, like, holds no grudge towards her, despite her being the more or less niece of his archenemy, and going and trying to steal the dime from him all of season 1. He doesn't hold a grudge.
No.
And so I think a relationship between them would be something really interesting to explore, even if she's not someone like a kid he adopts and like lives with him. But no, that doesn't happen.
But what does happen is that Lena kind of says like that I'm new to this like good guy stuff. And that she wants to get it right. And Webby's like, you know, like, you've done enough just by existing, by not giving into Magica. Your survival as your own being is proof enough that you are bad. That you're a good person.
You're bad. You suck.
Oh no, that you're a good person. You know, and even like the other kids are like, you're a good person.
So this is the beginnings of what is Lena's insecurity, like her big fear. And that we're gonna get to at the end. That she's insecure about being nice, that she's not sure if she's doing it right.
And Webby's like, no, like, you don't have anything to prove to us. But Lena still feels like she does.
And then she just takes a slice out of the cake, just somehow takes a perfect slice, and then stuffs the whole thing in her mouth, and I did not like that.
Why not?
She took a perfect slice out of this uncut cake, and then she eats.
Magic!
Webby.
Oh, okay.
Webby does this. And it wouldn't be okay if Lena did it either. But Webby does this. I said it was Webby. She takes this perfectly cut slice out of the cake without cutting it, actually. And then eats with just her bare hands this big slice of cake. And it bothers me so much.
Does it bother you that Huey yells out, let's eat pure sugar?
No, I love that. That's him.
Yeah,
he just wants to eat pure sugar. He's always like the responsible one, unless there's candy involved.
True.
And then he's like, fuck everything else.
He's gonna eat 20 pixie sticks.
He definitely did.
Yeah.
It's a few hours later. It's 4 a.m.
Oh my gosh.
And they are all sleep-overed out.
Yeah. You can... I just like to see this because we have Webby on the floor. We have Louie just standing.
Yep.
But we have Dewey and Violet hitting each other really, like, tiredly with pillows.
Yeah. Huey's hanging upside down from a ladder.
And he, like, has, like, a weird, like, shadow, like...
I think it's
dirt, like...
I think it's sugar or pep or something.
Yeah,
he's holding an empty pep can.
Yeah, like, all around his mouth.
Yeah.
He's hanging upside down.
And then Lena's also just sitting there.
Mm-hmm. And they're all in their PJs. It's really cute.
Yes, that's very cute. And, we need to talk about their PJs.
Oh, yeah.
Because fucking Dewey has footy pajamas, which is the cutest thing.
Webby has her, like, overshirt.
Yeah, and I think we've talked about Huey's hat. That's also the, like, Ebenezer Scrooge.
The little nightcap.
Yeah. It's also like a baseball hat.
Yeah. I hate it. Who made that for him?
Awful. He made it.
He made it, honestly.
And we see that, they're all exhausted and they want to go to sleep.
Yeah, like, Louie's all like, sure, this has been really fun. You know who's my best friend? And Dewey's like, it's me.
Yeah.
And Louie's like, no, sleep.
And Dewey looks so, like, offended behind them. It's really good.
And he's like, even Beakley has fallen asleep.
Yeah, and she's like in the hallway, her eyes wide open, and she's like gasping. And they're like, I think she's asleep. Is she good?
She's so terrified. Imagine walking down the hall at 4 in the morning. She's dead!
And Webby explains that it's a spy thing. But yeah, it might be time to go to sleep.
Yeah.
But we see Lena is desperate not to sleep.
Mm-hmm.
She's trying to convince them to, like, no, it's barely 4 a.m.
Yeah.
Let's keep partying. Let's keep, find something else to do. Let's stay awake.
Violet's the one that, like, goes up to her and, like, I think she, like, grabs her wrist.
She checks her pulse.
Yeah. She's all like, like, based on your sunken eyes and elevated heart rate and your irritability. Yeah. And Lena, like, has, like, another outburst and she, like, pops a couple of balloons.
Yeah, just, like, through her magic.
Yeah, and she's like, you're suffering from
your irritability.
Yeah, your irritability.
Yeah. You're saying, Violet's saying that Lena is suffering from lack of sleep. She hasn't been sleeping.
But she's like, it's because I've been planning all of these cool activities. So she's like, I'm gonna go put some cold water in my face and then we'll get back to it.
Yeah, it might be sleepy time. Sleep? No way! It's only 4 a.m. That's so early.
Judging from your sunken eyes, elevated heart rate, and irritability,
Your irritability!
I'd say you're suffering from a serious lack of sleep.
Yeah, because I've been planning so many exciting activities for this party. I'll be surprised if we ever sleep again. I'm gonna go splash some cold water in my face so we can party even harder. Yay!
And so she's in the bathroom, and this scene it's a little bit creepy because she's not okay.
No.
So and this is actually, I think, one of the first references-ish to Nightmare on Elm Street. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so this episode the whole episode is a reference to A Nightmare on Elm Street 3, Dream Warriors. It's a good movie. Mm-hmm. I'm not a horror movie person because I'm a big chicken. But since it's an 80s movie, so it's, like, not as scary as movies today that are heavily reliant on jump scare and, like, CG. And so the movie, it's all practical animation, obviously, because it's the 80s. A lot of stop motion. A lot of it's really good. Like, a lot of it's actually genuinely kind of scary. Mm-hmm. And I watched this movie at night, which is a mistake and what I intended not to do.
Yeah.
But then it just kind of happened, and I'm like, damn, I gotta watch this movie. And it was, like, 10 that I started. Oh my God. And I was at my mom's house, which is, like, a lot bigger and, like, airier. Like, there's a lot of, like, open spaces.
Yeah.
And I finished the movie, and I'm like, Freddy Krueger, a burned man, is not hiding in the dark corners. Just go to sleep.
Oh no.
But whatever, it's fine.
But
So, the movie. In this movie, Freddy Krueger is, like, tormenting a bunch of teenagers to the point where there's, like, dozens of cases in the city where teenagers aren't sleeping. And they're going to extreme measures not to sleep. Like, a kid cuts off his own eyelids. And some do drugs, or they just anything to stay awake. Anything. And in the movie, the character Kristen Parker, who's played by Patricia Arquette, is our Lena. And Kristen Parker, she encounters Freddy. There's a whole sequence of her in a scary house, and there's kids singing a creepy song outside.
1, 2, Freddy's coming for you. 3, 4, better lock your door.
After that, she thinks she wakes up and she goes to the bathroom. And in the bathroom, the sink stuff comes to life.
Faucet?
The faucet stuff comes to life. And Freddy Krueger cuts her wrist. And her mother thinks she did that. Because when she wakes up, she's holding glass. But it was Freddy who did it in the dream thing. Kristen, the character, gets sent to this mental hospital kind of thing.
I forgot the name, but yes.
This psychiatric hospital.
Yeah.
So with all the other kids who are not sleeping and are having all these same nightmares. And the big sum of the episode is that, not the episode, the movie, is that Kristen Parker has the ability to hop into other people's dreams or pull them into hers. So like Lena does in a moment. And she pulls everyone into one dream so they can fight Freddy.
Okay.
It's a pretty bloody movie though, so half of them die first. Yeah.
I mean, from what you told me, the Webby dies.
Yeah, the Webby does die, which is kind of a bummer. The kind of Webby.
Yeah.
Also, Lawrence Fishburne is in this movie, and as I don't know how fucking old he is. He looks really young. He's super tall and skinny, which I'm just I thought you were half that height.
Look how tall is Lawrence Fishburne.
I don't know.
Google it.
Oh God, making me Google everything.
Yes. I want to know Lawrence Fishburne's height.
Because he looks super tall. I think probably just part of him being just really skinny at that age. He's 6 foot.
Okay.
But yeah, and he looks ageless. This man does not fucking age. His face is the same. And he's an orderly in the movie.
Okay.
He's a good guy. He doesn't do much.
Oh,
He's kind of there. Anyway. So this scene, I believe, is a reference.
Yeah.
The glass and her looking in the mirror and all this stuff.
It's honestly terrible. That's one of my fears, mirror images not being exact mirror images things.
Yeah.
I'm just
no, if
if
it's a scary movie and there's a mirror, I'm nope, I'm gone. It's gonna be their reflection, but evil looking, and so it's gonna reach out and grab. Oh no, I'm done. I'm good. Anyway, she's talking to herself and she doesn't look good. No, she has bags under her eyes and she's,
yeah, she's she's kind of at first she is agreeing. She's Webby said you don't have to prove anything. You're fine. And then she's bad dreams can't hurt you. And Webby, I guess, followed her because she's obviously worried about Lena.
No, I think first, though.
Is it first? Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. First, she realizes that, part of her bangs have, black hair through them.
Because she splashes her face with water and then she brushes her hair out of her eyes. Mm-hmm. And her eyes have gone yellow, like Magica's, with the slit pupil and the triangle things. And we see that the pink is using it to cover up black hair, which I thought is interesting. So she's not just dyeing it just because she wants to dye; she's dyeing it to cover up her natural black hair. So that freaks her out. So she gets freaked out seeing this, and the mirror is a crack runs through the mirror really quick because something is up. Yeah.
And at that moment, Webby decides to come in. Well, she knocks on the door, and she's like, do you need some of that you-know-what paper? I'm like, you can say toilet.
Did the Disney censors not allow it?
You can parody Nightmare on Elm Street, but you cannot say toilet paper.
Can't say toilet paper. And we see that Lena is acting like everything's fine. She cuts out the black in her hair. Yeah. And then she comes out. But when they go back to the room, everyone is asleep. Yeah. In sleeping bags without pillows.
Their big ass heads don't need pillows. That's literally what I was thinking. I was about to make that note in my notes. I was like, no one has pillows. And I hate that because I use 20 pillows. But their big ass heads don't need it. Because they're literally at level. I think Violet would be the only one.
They're cartoon characters. Their heads are... They need pillows.
Look at them.
They need pillows.
They don't.
They're just lying on the ground. Which, I'll excuse it this time because there's it's 4 a.m. and they just passed out where they've just passed out. So, fine, whatever.
Look at each other.
Whatever.
Their body's right here.
They need Pillows!
I know. My brother sleeps with a pillow, and I'm like, what's wrong with you?
Oh my god, no.
Yeah, it's terrible. But yeah.
It's terrible.
So Lena's like, okay, fine.
Yeah, because everyone's asleep, so
Yeah.
Webby's telling her that like a part of a good sleepover is getting an extra good sleep.
Yeah.
So she's being very cute.
Yeah. So they both go to sleep, and Webby's like, I know your secret.
Yeah.
And Lena's like,
Yeah.
do
Like,
you?
excuse me?
And she's like, and Webby's like, I used to be afraid of the dark too. Mm-hmm. But now I have my glow stars. And they look up, and I'm like, okay, that's cute.
Yeah, and she has the clapper lights, and there's a really nice moment of animation where Webby falls asleep almost immediately.
Yeah.
And we have Lena staring up at the glow-in-the-dark stars, and we see them reflected in her eyes as she goes to sleep. And that was just a really nice touch.
I love that moment. I'm like, that's really pretty.
Mm-hmm.
But as soon as she falls asleep...
Yeah, some weird magic...
radar or...
mind thing, like... What's the word?
Spreads out.
It kind of spreads out from her.
Yeah.
And they wake up, all the kids wake up, and they've been transported to a beach.
Yes.
And they're all in the sleeping bags, but also they're no longer in their pajamas.
Mm. And they're like in this island, basically.
Yeah, they're on this desert island. Mm-hmm. Somehow.
So Webby takes to it pretty coolly at first. She's like, hell yeah, this is all I've ever wanted, to be stuck in a desert island.
With my friends, and like having to fight for survival, and like contact the outside world.
Yeah. And she like climbs a coconut tree.
Yeah, to get
coconut.
Food. Coconuts. And when it falls, it cracks open and there's a hamburger inside. Yeah. And so something's not right.
Yeah, because then at that point, Louis like, okay, I'm gonna call Uncle Scrooge, and he tries, but his phone is like
there's no numbers, so it's like weird pictures. It's like top hat, money,
duck,
and is he making duck noises? The phone, and then he's dialing into a banana all of a sudden.
It's Dewey who's like, why are you talking to a banana?
Yeah, and then they're like, oh my god. So
a unicorn
floats down from nowhere and gives Webby a magical quest.
Yes. You have to enter the extremely extreme obstacle course.
Yes. And then, like, a spotlight appears over Webby, and she turns into, like, she gets, like, the cane and the hat, so she looks like Scrooge.
Yeah.
So even, like, her hair forms to look like the sideburns.
It's cute.
It's really cute.
Glasses.
Yes, the glasses, everything.
Yeah.
It's very, very cute. And so it's, like, her dream come true, which... That's the key. Mm-hmm. They're dreaming.
Yes.
And they're currently in Webby's dream.
Mm-hmm. Because Louis demands from the unicorn to be let out of this goddamn thing. Yeah. And he tells him you have to go past an acid rainbow waterfall, go take a left at the glitter quicksand pit, and then stroll through poison flower field.
Yes.
And I'm like...
Which is all very Webby.
Yeah, like cute and like
deadly. Like her favorite color being pink and her favorite booby trap being spike pits.
I love that.
So.
Aww. It's been a while since I watched Agent 22.
I don't know, watch that now, yeah.
You are the chosen one, Webigail. Are you ready to enter my extremely extreme obstacle course?
This island.
Yeah, that's when they realize that this is a dream.
Yeah, I think Violet realizes.
Yeah.
And everyone at first is like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
And she's like, well, like, obviously, because Lena's trying to excuse it, because Lena knows what's happening. Mm-hmm. But she tries to excuse it as, she's like,
Scrooge.
At Scrooge, I bet the plane is somewhere nearby.
Yeah.
But then Violet's like, no, I think we're all, like, in a lucid shared dream manifested by Lena's magic.
Yeah. And they all kind of look at Violet, and she's like, how is my thing the ridiculous thing?
And we see, because she gets it. Like, she forms this, like, a bipedal flower that grows out of her hand and then walks off. So clearly they're in a shared dream. Mm-hmm. And I think at first Lena tries to wake herself up.
Yeah.
And she's slapping herself.
Yeah, she's like, wake up. And I think it's
Huey,
who's like, it's bad enough to, like, wake a sleepwalker. Like, who knows what waking you up would do. Because... Violet had said, like, all your kind of sleep deprivation has made you lack control of all your magic. Yeah. So, who knows?
So they decided to just continue having their sleepover in the dream.
Yeah.
And wait for Lena to wake up naturally.
Mm-hmm. And I think before that, Lena had said, like, yeah, this is my fault.
Yeah.
And that she had been...
Having nightmares?
Having nightmares the whole week.
Yeah.
So she thought that having a sleepover would help her, like, stay up.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to bring them back into her magic problems. And Weby's like, no, like, we all know that you're magic. Just let us know what's happening with you.
Yeah, like, no more secrets. Like, we want to be there for you. We want to help you.
Yeah, and she's like, yeah, no more secrets. And she tucks back the black
Yeah, the black hair. No more secrets. As I quickly hide the secret right up here.
Extreme sleep deprivation could upset your magical aura. Have you been having bad dreams?
Yeah, all week. I thought a slumber party would help me stay up, not pull you into my freaky shadow problems. Again. Lena, we all know you're magic, and that's great. We want to be in on your freaky problems. No more secrets, okay? Okay. No more secrets.
Yeah.
And so they agreed to just enjoy the dream and continue to sleep over here. And so they all sprout butterfly wings.
Yeah.
Because they can.
Yeah.
And so they're all flying around. Louie's butterfly wings have dollar bill signs. Which, it's fun. And you see Lena is the last to join them. But when her wings form, they're like these scary looking monster wings.
Yeah. And immediately she's like, oh no.
Oh shit. I don't know if I want to give it away now. Yeah.
I mean, if you're listening or hoping you
watched that. Yeah. So just so starting basically here, even back then, back at the house when she's looking in the mirror and when her eyes turned yellow, like in the dream she was manifesting like evil attributes, evil, scary looking wings, and we see more later that keep popping up that she can't control. That despite her wanting to be good or wanting to be like them,
like evil or like bits of Magica specifically.
Yes.
Are like coming out in all of these situations because we're gonna get dream montages.
Yeah.
But in every single situation, while everyone else is having fun, it's not fun for her at all. So this is just the first one. So she's like, oh no, I'm gonna walk.
She can't make them go away either. It looks like.
Yeah.
So she starts walking, and she walks through this really creepy ass forest that manifests, I guess. Oh, when she walks through the fucking tunnel to pass the unicorn.
Wait, if nobody is around to dream me into existence, don't I...
It just, gone. It just vanishes. It's very good. It's a very good joke.
I love it. But yeah, so she walks through and then, like, it was, like, very green and luscious.
Yeah.
But when she starts walking, it turns, like, purple and dark.
It's the creepy woods from Snow White.
Stop!
I know you hate them!
It's terrifying.
I think it's some, like, also just Freddy Krueger-ish vibes from this. Just because... Yeah, it was very similar in the Dream Warriors movie, how Freddy would manifest. So, and we started out as a very normal environment, just suddenly, Freddy Krueger is here!
Like, right here we see it, she's walking, and then one of the trees turns into, like, a hand, and then it tries to grab at her, and then the earth opens beneath her, and she falls. And
the wings, like, disintegrate.
Yeah.
And she lands, I guess, in Poison Flower Field.
Yeah.
And then where all the other kids arrive, having flown, and I think Dewey ate a bug.
Yeah, he yells very proudly,
yes.
I ate a bug.
I ate a bug! Oh my god. Yes.
Dewey!
Yes. And then we see, in the distance, like a blue school.
Yeah.
And I find it interesting, because Webby's dream was full color. Everything was... is an island.
Yeah.
But with the nephews, and then...
They're very monochromatic.
Yeah.
Even Violet.
With Violet, too. It's so Dewey blue, and then with each of the kids, it's their color, except for Webby. Because Webby's just special.
Yeah. She has the range.
Yeah, she has the range.
All colors. She has the range, darling. Yeah. We go to Rydell High.
Oh, God.
It basically is. I don't know the name for this school in High School Musical.
I don't fucking know.
No, I only know Rydell High from Grease.
Yeah. Sure. It's the High School Musical school, Rydell High.
Yeah.
Because they open the doors and Dewey is transformed. He has like big swoopy hair and he's wearing what, Letterman jacket.
Kind of looks like the Donald jacket.
Oh yeah.
That would be cute. But yeah.
Yeah, it does.
He's Webby compliments him on his hair. He's like, thanks, it's alive. And he gives her like a thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
No.
Terrible. And so we see they have moved on to Dewey's dream.
Yeah.
Like I think we said. And so they're at Dewey High, I think, right? They said that if movies about high school have taught him anything, is that you just have to sing.
Yeah.
Become a high schooler.
Yeah, because he sings about how he's the most wholesome boy.
Yes, that's right.
He's a talented jock. Everyone loves him.
Yes.
You know, it's great.
Which Oh, you could, Dewey. We'll see he's not a bit later.
This is Dewey High. I'm the most wholesome boy in school. I'm a talented jock, everyone thinks it's cool. If TV and movies taught me anything, when you turn into a teen, you just have to sing.
And because he's like spinning a basketball on his finger like very expertly, and he tosses it to Lena. And again, we get this manifestation of her fear, in that she gets like these crazy evil witch claws that pop the basketball.
Yeah, and she's like, oh.
She hides her hands behind her back. She's like, oh, sorry. Like, she's like, oh, my bad.
And Dewey, he's like, no worries, basketball's been on tap.
He just hits a water fountain and they start bouncing off his head. And we see his cutouts he has from the Dewey Deny, and he still talks for them.
Yeah.
Like, oh, Dewey, you're so cool. And then we see this, like, shapeless blob with eyes, which Huey asks, what is that?
Yeah.
And Dewey thinks it's his romantic interest, but he's too intimidated by that concept, so it hasn't taken shape. And his romantic interest talks with both a male and a female voice.
Yeah.
Which is really nice. I guess confirmation that, Dewey isn't straight.
I love that.
Yeah. Which is really nice. And because the blob, the romantic interest, reaches for him and he runs off.
Yeah.
I think it's supposed to be my romantic interest, but I'm too threatened by that concept, so it never takes shape.
Dewey, let's sing a duet.
And then we see his singing rivals.
And Dewey is just a special boy sometimes.
Yeah.
Because he's like, my singing rivals are so self-absorbed.
Yeah.
Now here's a giant poster of me.
Immediately after. And they say, I think his singing rivals are based on that one group of Beagle Boys. The revolutionary, the glam.
Oh
something.
my god.
Oh, what were they called? Glam Yankees. I succeeded. I'm a winner.
I didn't even remember that.
I win the duck contest.
Hell yeah.
What do I win?
Living with the knowledge that you remember the glam.
The Glam Yankees.
The Glam Yankees.
Just the knowledge that I am full of useless duck information.
Yeah.
One day, a crazy psychopath is gonna, have a bomb, and it's gonna be whoever can name Scrooge McDuck, the iconic Disney character's father, I will turn off this bomb.
Okay. But see, they're gonna ask you the date of his birth, and you're not gonna remember.
You got me. You got me.
It's okay. You'll remember now. Anyways, Dewey's
traumatized by the whole thing with his mom.
Yeah, because he's like, this isn't all of my dreams. And it's right next to the lockers, there's just a gaping hole in the wall.
Yeah.
And it's it's like a moon made out of tears.
Yes.
And he's like, yeah, this
It's him sobbing.
Yeah.
So there's a dream Dewey that's sobbing on this moon.
Yeah, and he's like, I keep getting this dream of me on cradled by a moon of tears. It's like, I don't know what that's about. And he was like, I think I know. I
have a few ideas.
Yeah. Jesus.
Get him some help! Oh my god!
They all need help. I mean, at one point, they all should cry about them. I mean, Louis eventually does. Yeah. But I'm just like, Jesus Christ,
Damn.
Dewey.
Damn, Dewey, alright. Yikes. And then I think we see what Dewey Dude. Is Dewey Dude next?
Yes. I hate it.
I hate mascots.
Me too.
They're always the worst and they're always scary. Like Gritty, Gritty?
Oh, yeah.
The Philadelphia thing?
Yeah.
Awful. Awful thing. He's funny, but at what cost?
Yeah.
So scary.
There's a picture of me as a child screaming my head off in front of Chuck E. Cheese. So I hated it. No. I don't know who that is.
Did Chuck E. Cheese actually have the person in costume? All I remember was animatronics.
They have both.
God! Do they still do?
I think they do. I haven't been
because they redesigned Chuck E. Cheese.
He looks like
Chucky. He looks horrible now. They made him like a Stuart Little Mouse.
Yeah,
I hate that. He has to be full size for the full nightmare effect.
Yeah, I hate the animatronics too, though.
Oh yeah, animatronics are awful.
ugly.
Animatronics are so scary. God, they're so scary. It's the Lester's Possum Park in the Goofy movie, 1995. Mm-hmm. They got it.
Yeah, they did.
They got it.
And for all the weird shit that Five Nights at Freddy did, they're right.
Yeah.
That is my worst nightmare.
They're right. Yeah, God. Anyway. So they walk by Dewey Dude, my worst nightmare. And something's not right with him.
Oh no. Yeah.
Because Lena's at the end of the group, and she kind of looks back, and Dewey Dude very slowly turns to look at her, and then reaches his hand out.
Yeah.
And she's like, oh, fuck me. And she quickly turns around the corner, but she loses the rest of the group.
Yeah, because they're going to look at one of many of Dewey's gajillion trophies.
Yes. And God, Dewey Dude. And then suddenly this dream turns very nightmarish. Mm-hmm. In this hallway, like the colors turn like almost negative, but not quite. There's purple, and Dewey Dude keeps appearing, teleporting, and the hallway starts to like curve at the end.
Yeah. And this is the moment that I hate the most, because he opens the mouth.
Yeah, he
stretches
it out.
And then you get like a reveal that it's Magica inside. Yes. But just that motion of doing that, I'm like,
yeah.
No.
It's bad. Bad.
If you want horrifying scene movies, watch Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark.
God, no.
I literally got claustrophobic watching that movie.
Oh God, no.
But yeah, so it's Magica.
Yes. And she doesn't, I don't think, does she speak at this point?
Yeah, she just asks her, do you miss me?
Yeah.
She just says, miss me.
Mm-hmm.
Which...
And she starts reaching for Lena, to come to her.
Yeah. And Lena, obviously fucking panics.
Yeah. She pulls the fire alarm.
Yeah.
But it's with dewberry pep instead of water.
Yeah.
And so we see Magica, she turns into like a silhouette and melts.
She melts a la Wizard of Oz.
Yes. And yeah, so it starts raining and everyone comes back. And Magica melts, Magica disappears.
Yeah.
And then all the kids come back. And Dewey's a little bit upset.
Yeah.
Because,
if you knew what was happening, you wouldn't say this.
You'd understand.
Yeah.
He's upset because they'll never get the hallway clean in time for the 11:30 number.
Yeah. Because apparently, there was going to be like a big dance that was going to happen.
But Webby manifested this big umbrella that's covering everyone else.
Yeah. And Webby's like, it's fine. Like, none of us wanted to dance anyway.
Yeah. And I think Violet points out that they can probably move on to someone else's dream if they concentrate. And so Louie's like, all right, I got it. Because you see, everyone kind of wants to leave. Huey especially.
Oh, yeah, because Huey got an F, or he failed something called duology.
Yeah.
And when he sees that Dewey got an A+, he's like, I need to get out.
Yeah. He's the valedictorian.
God.
Yeah, terrible.
Imagine if they had named him, what was his name?
Deuteronomy?
No. His Della name.
What? Turbo.
He couldn't think of that many
No,
times.
He wouldn't. That's the point. That they're shitty names.
Yeah.
Della was... It's good she got sent to the moon. Otherwise they'd have these janky-ass names. He'd be named Turbo. Huey would be Rebel. That's terrible.
That's like the complete opposite of who
Look at him.
With his little hat and his polo shirt.
Louie would be Jet.
No. I don't like it.
Wait, Jet? Oh, no, sorry. No, he'd be Rebel.
Would he?
Yeah. No, wait, what is it? Turbo, wait. I'm trying to remember the order she made. No, it's Jet, Turbo, and Rebel. So, Huey would be Jet. Yeah, he'd be Turbo. Mm-hmm. Louie would have been Rebel.
No.
He might not like Llewellyn, but it's better than Rebel. They were spared.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Recently I saw something that had the name Llewellyn in it. Like, a character. And I don't remember what it was. But I was like, okay. Something else chose the name. But yeah.
So Louie concentrates, and then we see a locker next to them turns green, and they all step through.
Yeah. And this is the most chill dream.
It is. And there's kind of like music playing in the back. Yeah. What even is it? Xylophone? I don't know.
I don't remember. I didn't make notes of music in this episode that much.
Yeah. But they enter through a cat door. Yes. A very big cat door, because Louie is Garfield in this.
He really is.
He's this big cat that's just, because his dream is to just laze around all day and be pampered ceaselessly.
Yeah.
Louie?
Yes? This is your dream. To be even lazier?
I nap all day. I never have to worry about anything. I'm shamelessly pampered.
We see that Beakley Dream Beakley, brings him an empty can of Pep to just knock over.
And Huey's like really annoyed at Louie because of it.
Because his dream is just to be even lazier.
Yeah.
He has big bags of money next to him on the couch.
Oh yes, it's all green. By the way.
Everything's green. And so Louie asks everyone to come pat his head, and they do. But then when Huey comes, Huey bites him. I don't want that anymore. And then he goes to sleep.
Yeah, and Huey's like outraged. He's like, "How are you sleeping in your dream?"
Sleeping. And then we see like the thought bubble, like Garfield, and sleep bubble Louie is like, "I just am." It's really cute.
Yeah.
Cat Louie's cute.
Yeah, he's just a fat lazy cat.
He is. It's great. The dream. But then we see Lena follows through.
Yeah.
And once again, her fear is manifested in a very obvious way.
Yeah, so Webby's like, "Where's Lena?" And she like struggles in because she's like a wolf.
A giant
wolf. She's all like, "I don't think I'm doing this right." Yeah. I'm not lie, like the design looks cool. She still has like her pink hair.
Yeah, we see the friendship bracelet that only shows up when it's plot relevant.
Of course,
it's a cartoon. And everyone's like, "Whoa!"
Yeah.
Like, whoa.
Yeah.
And Violet's trying to like determine like what's up when she's probably right.
Yeah.
With her first thing that it's in a dream like a wolf can represent like outsider syndrome.
And perhaps a violent
instinct. No violent. And Webby quickly defends her. She's a pack animal, and we're her pack.
Yeah.
It's very cute.
Oh, like, aw.
Hey, where's Lena? I don't think I'm doing this right.
Whoa!
Lena?
Fascinating. In dreams, this form can represent outsider syndrome, perhaps a violent feral instinct.
Or she's a pack animal and we're her pack.
I'll get animal control.
And then so Beakley comes in, and she's like speaking like it's really distorted.
Yeah,
kind of like in a dream. Obviously,
she's saying there's like a wolf in the house, and she's gonna call animal control. And so she goes to the front door, and animal control is Magica. And I like this. So it's like I like that it's like keeping in tune with the dream that she's animal control.
Yeah.
And again, there's also like a Freddy Krueger thing where sometimes when he shows up in a dream, he'll show up as like a person. Like he'll be like in a certain outfit, and then they'll be like, "Oh, it's Freddy Krueger," like fully.
Yeah.
So that was a fun thing. But yeah, so she's in the full outfit with like a net and everything, and she's going after them.
Yeah.
But I think only Lena sees it as Magica.
Yeah. So she's just like, "We have to go," and Huey's like, "Yeah, I can fix this." So he like stands on top of the
litter box. He's like, "Follow me," and he like descends into the litter box, and everyone's like, "Oh, gross."
No. Violet's specifically like, "This is unpleasant."
Yeah, but they all follow through.
And now your favorite scene.
Like this scene, one shot killed me when it first came out. Oh my god, nothing could have prepared me.
No,
nothing.
No, because we'll set it up because it's fun and you probably have seen it. But we're just in like a red room.
Yes.
And Lena's like, "Oh, like this is normal. This is nice. Let's stay here."
Because Lena's no longer a wolf too.
Yeah. And Dewey's like, "Oh, whose dream is this? Like it's just our room, and it's like the top bunk."
Yes, on the very top bunk.
And we pan out
because Huey walks up. So Dewey's reaction is the funniest thing because he loses it. Nobody else does. Everyone else is just looking like, what the hell? Because Huey's legs are like 10 feet tall.
Yeah.
It's 10 long, whatever. It's awful. It's terrible.
Like his body is exactly the same, but his legs are really long.
They're like 10 feet long. It's so genuinely terrible, and Dewey has a breakdown over it. It is so funny.
Like props to
my
short,
god!
There's no way we can imitate just the disgust and horror in Dewey's voice.
Absolute disgust.
He's like, "No, Huey, no!
Why, Huey, why?" And we see because Huey's like, "What? It's just distinguished oldest sibling."
What a nice, normal-looking dream. Let's stay here.
Whose dream is this anyway? It's just our room. It's so bored. Ah! Why, Huey? Why? Why, Huey? Why?
Whatever do you mean? Nothing strange here. Just a tall, distinguished, mature oldest sibling.
In what world does that description equal this?
I'm not good at imagination stuff, okay?
I did make a note of the music here when he's walking to symphony.
It's like the rubber band noises. It's awful. And then when his arms get long, it's just like, oh my god, it's really unpleasant. Yeah, because we get rubber band noises with his legs.
Yeah, because he's like, in what world does a sibling mean?
Yeah, does like being a responsible adult, like grown up sibling mean this monster? And it's because Huey's not good at imagination stuff.
And immediately he's like, don't listen to him, follow your lame dreams.
Yes. And so we see these shelves, man. Oh wait, also when his legs swing around, it's a big whooshing noise because they're so long. And so he asks, because these shelves manifest next to him, like way above the kids. And he's like, would you, kids, like a jar of pickles from the topmost shelf? They're like, no. And he grabs it anyway, but he can't open it with just his hands, so he uses his leg like a corner to pop off the lid.
And then he drops a jar of pickles. So he bends over. He tries to
bend, but his knees don't bend all the way.
So he bends down. He looks like a daddy long leg. And all the while you hear Dewey just no.
Because it's so terrible to look at. Yeah. But he can't reach it because his arms aren't longer. But then his arms do get longer and then he can't control them. And because they turn just like loose rubber arms. He falls over. Because the arms, he loses control of the arms. And they're just like, and everyone's screaming because his arms just explode out of him. And then he falls over. Oh my god, it's so awful. Oh, Jack Skellington.
It's so long and weird.
So long. But his body itself doesn't change, so it's really awful when he tries to bend down. I guess if we wanted to analyze any of the kids' dreams, Jesus. Yes. Jesus. Well, Dewey's. Well, we see his need for approval, like constantly needs
he's that John Mulaney bit. He's like, I walk and I want people everywhere to like me. I need people to like me so bad.
Yes, that's him. Thank you. And Louis is not much. He's Garfield.
He's just lazy, and that's his life.
Yeah. It's very simple dream.
Yeah. His next few episodes of DuckTales are gonna get into.
They're heavy.
Yes.
And then with Huey, beyond the fact that he doesn't have an imagination, I thought it was interesting just how he views himself as the mature older sibling.
Yeah.
He's not.
He's not. You're still a child.
Half the time
ate
he is.
sugar.
Yes, pure sugar.
Yeah.
Half the time he's more responsible. Mm-hmm. But it's interesting that he that's the way he wants people to view him.
Yeah.
Also, God, that was so terrible. God, that was so awful. Long leg Huey.
Yeah. So majestic.
No! God! It's a nightmare! Anyway.
I think that this is the clip that, roams around Twitter randomly sometimes. Yeah. Or, you guys should watch DuckTales and it's
just
bad.
The long leg Huey you see. I lost it when I first watched that. Because it's just what's going on? Holy shit!
It's the combination of the pan and just
Dewey's reaction.
It's
so good. It's choice. It's so good. I have hair on my arm.
Who is it that has the figure, the plush?
Oh my god, I think it's Tanner Johnson, the director.
Yeah.
Who has a long leg Huey figure that is terrifying, and I really want to make one. I have a Huey.
Yeah.
I just need to make his legs 8 feet longer.
Where would you keep them?
On my duck bookshelf! His legs down to the floor, but that's the way it's gotta be. How the hell would I make that?
You would just need
I'd have to get felt. I'd have to make the felt and sew it really small and then get a stick or something to shove the cotton in there.
Yeah.
And then sew them to the legs. I can do that.
Yeah.
I have to do that. This summer is gonna be I'm gonna DUI long leg Huey. I do want to do that though. It's so terrible.
It's terrifying. But yeah.
Anyway, as Huey's losing control of all of his limbs, Dewey's like, okay,
that's enough.
No, that's enough. We're going to do a dream montage. We're done.
He's like, if you can dream it, we can do it. And then he flips until the dream montage.
Yeah, I think it was infinite backflip. Yeah. And then we see a Dewey face, and they enter a dream montage.
Yeah.
If we can dream it, we can do it. And it's my dream to be in a montage. Infinite backflip.
So that was fun. That was
for
a
most
fun.
People.
Yeah. Yes, for most of them, all but Lena. I thought that was a fun they literally trigger a montage because they want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, we see as the rest of the kids are having fun, and Lena keeps seeing Magica constantly, just showing up.
Yeah.
So we get the Ottoman Empire guys. We get Nyan Cat, with this, I can't say it. The Spirit of Selene. It's raining candy, and there's a Singing in the Rain reference, I think.
Oh. Probably.
And then
Lena gets a poison apple
with Magica's face in it. And then God, Huey Duck lives briefly until Lena punts him. And I guess not just Dewey, the other kids are in on Phooey too.
Yeah.
Because they all are Phooey! And he creates this kid!
I'm you guys are already triplets, so do you guys want another sibling?
What's another one?
And he has he's wearing a yellow beanie, and he has kind of side bangs a little bit.
And then we see an eagle and a tiger, and it's Phooey Duck. And he high fives everyone, and there's sparkles. Mm-hmm. And then Lena's looking at him, kind of what the hell? Yeah. And then he turns, and it's Magica's face, and so she punts him through the clouds into a Dragon Ball Z reference.
Oh wait, is it?
Yeah, so they're running and there's a big whale flying through the clouds and the whale's launch pad, and that's a Dragon Ball Z reference.
Oh, I didn't even know that one.
Yeah, so they're running across this stone thing. Oh, this thing freaked me out.
Yeah.
Because we have this both fun music going on, but whenever Lena sees something, it turns really sharply scary.
Yeah.
And as they're running alongside this Dragon Ball Z reference launch pad, Lena falls off a cliff.
Yeah.
And she got onto the edge, but beneath her, she sees Magica, clawing her way up the side. With
it's so creepy. She's
it's really loud.
Oh, yeah.
And she's, crawling off from, the darkness, and it's loud, very, very disproportionate to, the fun music happening around them. Mm-hmm. And she climbs up, and then they fall into Violet's dream.
Yeah. Which is, very purple.
Yes.
I love it. And it's calm, because it's just a library.
Yes. Because Violet's dream is to just read more. But I thought you couldn't read in dreams.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't recognize people in dreams either.
I definitely can.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's probably that thing that's went around on Twitter, how much can you mentally imagine? I don't know if you saw it.
No.
It was try to imagine an apple, and some people can't. And some people can clearly visualize an apple. I'm in the middle.
I got an apple. I bought apples today. I can see one of the apples I bought. It's right here.
Okay.
In my hand.
I can visualize it, but when it comes to faces, that's what they're very blurry. I can't.
I had dreams with actors in them and shit.
Yeah, I mean, I had a very nice dream in which Pedro Pascal and
That's
I
right.
had lunch, but he was kind of blurry. I knew that it was him in his arms.
Yeah.
Oh but, my God. But I was I know, but I can't really visualize a person. So who knows?
Dang. Maybe. Well, most of my dreams don't have people in them. It's mostly zombies.
I know.
Or some sort of demon thing. Yeah.
You'd rather not visualize.
Yeah, I'd rather not. I have a have nightmares about zombies for someone who doesn't fear them as much as I do basically every other horror movie trope. Yeah, so we see
it's just that powerful.
Yeah, I guess. And we see June Quack Faster is like, she stretches them. And we see Huey joins Violet in reading.
Mm-hmm.
And I am a little bit bummed that Violet's dream wasn't a little more interesting.
Just
like character-wise.
Just strictly do like a Ghostbusters thing. Like, because she's supposed to be like a reference to, what's his face? I forgot his name.
Egon.
Yes.
Rude. Egon Spengler. Rude.
As we were watching the movie, I was asking you what their names were, and you couldn't answer.
I know their fucking names! Egon Spengler. That's his full name.
Okay. There's like
Bankman.
3 more.
Bankman is Bill Murray.
Okay.
I forgot his first name. Ray Stans. I remember him. It's the one who wanted to do the Ghostbusters. The middle one. Because you have Bill Murray, Egon Spengler. Bill Murray's the only actor whose name I know. Bill Murray, Peter Venkman, Ray Stans is the one who really likes the fireman's pole.
Okay.
Egon Spengler, and wait, Winston Zedmore. In your face! I know all their names.
Where was this when I was trying to differentiate 3 white guys?
I forgot then. I remember now.
I was like, I don't know who these people are, but it's a good movie.
Yeah, I don't know any of the. I know Bill Murray is the only actor right now.
Yeah.
Anyway,
do something else. I'm excited to see more of Violet. In the future.
And I know it's been confirmed that she has 2 dads.
Yeah.
Though they're not going to play a really big role. Though we are going to see them, which is it's pretty good too. Well, I mean, first of all we got was confirmation that they existed.
Yeah.
And we know they're gonna show up at some point. We're gonna see them.
And honestly, I appreciate being upfront about
it. They're like Frank Lundis made a Tumblr post about how while they want to do more, I can never say the acronym right. LGBT representation.
Yes.
I am bi. I can never say the fucking acronym right. I was like in a group, and we were all not straight, and I butcher the acronym, and I'm like, wait.
I feel that.
I have to take it a second. I'm gonna take a second sometimes. And I forgot what I was saying. What was I saying?
What was I gonna say? Patrick Star. Goodness. Talking on we really are.
Yeah, they were very upfront that weren't able to have as much representation as they wanted. But the fact that there is any at all is still a step.
Yeah, and you can't stop me from imagining.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah. And obviously it's Disney, so there's characters that they can't mess with. Like Disney would murder them all in their sleep. Yeah. Or throw them in jail or something. It's Disney, who knows? Just erase them from existence. It's Disney.
Oh my god.
Disney, there's Disney cops.
Yeah. The Disney police.
Yeah. So characters, obviously, like all the core ones. So, Donald, Fenton, Gandra, fucking anyone. Any of the core ones. Yeah. It's new ones, characters that they're making that they can do stuff with. Like, it's like, so that's how they get it with Storkules.
Yeah. Oh my god. Honestly, Storkules.
I mean,
an icon.
He's just straight up in love with Donald.
Yes, he is. He really is. Oh, you made me sad about Storkules again.
I'm sorry.
And his unrequited love. So
and sacrifice you must make. We're getting Daisy.
I know, but at
what cost?
Poor Storkules.
So sad. Anyway, so I guess back to the point of this was that we wish that Violet's dream gave us more insight into her character.
Yes. That's what we
that's how we started. Because you see Lena goes off on her own. Which, stop doing that! Stop wandering off! That's how scary shit happens to you.
Yeah.
Anyway, she wanders off into the history section, and under her hand, the sign turns to horror.
Which I really like that effect, because as soon as she touches it, it kind of like... I don't know how to describe it.
It's like static?
Yeah,
almost.
Like it's staticky, and then like the whole side of those shelves turn like black.
Yeah, and we see Magica appear like out of the dark, out of darkness at the end of this like hallway.
Yes.
And then we hear from the waking world, Scrooge like pounding on the door, telling the kids that it's 6 a.m. Go get some jobs.
Being the most like elderly he's ever been. And I freaking loved it.
It's really good.
He's just like, go get some jobs.
Go get some jobs. Skirt is not legal. It's not 1867. Kids can't work. He's pounding on the door, and Lena thinks that, okay, like, we're gonna wake up. Mm-hmm. We're gonna get out of here.
Yeah. And Ruby's like, oh no, like, we didn't get to your dream. Mm-hmm. And she's like, oh, it's fine.
It's cool. I don't mind.
Wake up, kids! What are you lot still doing asleep? It's almost 6 a.m. Go get some jobs.
Finally. Well, I guess we're waking up.
But they're not waking up.
No.
And we see that her black hair falls down into her eyes. And Lena freaks out, and she runs around the bookshelves alone.
Mm-hmm. And at that time, we see that, like, her hands were kind of getting, like, this green tint crawling up.
Yeah, it's, like, bleeding up her hands.
Yeah.
And we hear Scrooge again, but he's like, and we hear him say now, like, oh, well, like, more porridge for me. And he leaves, and they don't wake up. And Lena freaks out. She tries to, like, call him back.
Yeah. And he's literally, like, sleep tight. And, like, he's such an old man. And I like the detail that we see, like, Quackmaster shushing, Scrooge.
Yeah.
She's, like, freaking out because her hands are green.
Yeah, so she pulls her sleeves down and her hood, which I didn't know she had.
Yeah, they have hoods when they need them.
Yeah.
Well, it's a dream.
Yes. Because the kids come in, and we get this kind of weird distortion thing, because she's freaking out, because she doesn't want them to see that her hands are turning green.
Yeah. And it's kind of like the fisheye lens. If you were looking outside from, like, a peephole.
Yeah. And
they're, like, distorted, and we see that Magica is, like, behind them.
Yes. With her finger, she's, like, telling her to come.
Yeah.
Like, it's this very sinister kind of thing, because it's very dark and her eyes are glowing. Mm-hmm. And
Lena, like, disappears within her own sweater, basically.
Yeah, the hood, like, opens up and, like a passage, and she falls through it. Yeah. And this felt very Freddy Krueger, too. With, like, the kind of practical effects of it, like, quote-unquote. Like, that her hood becomes the tunnel. Yeah. And the kids follow her through. Yeah. And I love Dewey's, that she's gonna get cold without her sweater.
Yeah. And, like, Webby, without hesitation, she's like, I'm going in with her.
So they all jump in, and there's a bunch of creepy shit in here.
Yeah.
One of the, we see, like, an equation, and Tanner Johnson responded to us on Twitter, which I was not expecting. Let me see, with this little equation that pops up along with, like, a floating eyeball and a clock and some other weird stuff, that the formula is for compound interest.
Ooh.
Is the image for compound interest, so that's fun.
Yeah. Nerdy fact.
Math.
Business math.
Yes. So that's fun.
Yeah.
And so they fall through, the kids fall through, and it's like this scary rocky stuff, and there's this giant castle cave thing that's Magica's head.
Yes,
the entrance really cool. It's very cool. I think it's almost definitely a reference to her hideout in original DuckTales, which is in Mount Vesuvius. Yes. The entrance of which looks like her head. Mm-hmm. Somebody got that.
Like, like the entrance is just like her beak that's open. Yeah. And Webby's like, is this Lena's dream? And it's Huey's like, this is a nightmare.
Yeah, it's like, no, this is I got nightmare vibes from this. There's lightning and spooky lighting. Mm-hmm. It's not great. No. And we see inside the castle, Lena wakes up, and she's fully green. Her feathers are fully green. And the pink in her hair is black. Mm-hmm. Like, that she's been cutting out and dyeing. Yeah. And there's a big mirror, and they're, like, in this big, like, hall. Mm-hmm. There's a firelit, and Magica's sitting at the end in the throne.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot her name. Catherine Tate?
Yes.
Her voice goes from, like, very, like, Magica rough to, like, very sweet, because she's very gaslighty.
Yes. Oh my god, yeah.
She's like, oh, like, it's about time you woke up. He's like, but not really, because you're still in this
we're still in the dream thing.
Yeah. And Lena's like, panicked. She's like, no, like, I was free from you.
And we beat you. You can't be here.
Mm-hmm. Like,
but it really is Magica. Like, she's telling her that you're not dreaming me. Yeah. I'm actually here.
Yeah.
And because they're connected. So this is what she's trying to make Lena believe, is that Lena will always be a part of her. Mm-hmm. And that she should stop fighting it. Yeah. Like, but she's turned green, her hair's turned black again, and Magica's trying to make it all seem like it's inevitable. Mm-hmm. That they're connected no matter what, because she came from her.
Yeah. Because Lena was all like, what did you do to me? And this is when, like, Magica's voice, she's like, what, like, no, like, this is all you. Like, how can it be me? We're connected. Why did you ever think that we were going to turn out any different? Mm-hmm. And Lena, she still can't believe it throughout most of this conversation. She's like, it's just a dream. But no, yeah, like you said, Magica is very much, we're connected, and no matter how much you fight it, this is what's going to happen to you.
About time you woke up. I mean, not actually woke up, because you wouldn't be trapped in a nightmare realm of my grim devising. So...
No! I was free! You lost your powers! What did you do to me?
Me? This is all you. Did you think you'd turn out different than me? I'm trying to save you. You came from me. Evil is in your... whatever shadows have instead of blood. Don't you ever feel like there's something off about you?
It's just a dream.
Yes, but it is really me. We're psychically linked because, you me, same, evil, etc.
And we hear from outside, the kids are here. They're calling for her and, like, banging at the door. Mm-hmm. And Lena's like, you see? Like, my friends are here. They're going to save me. They'll stop you. And Magica says, well, no.
They're here to stop monsters.
Yes.
They've always been here to do what they always do, which is stop a monster. Mm-hmm. And Lena's like, I am not a monster. But oh my god, this scene is so, like, jarring because...
It is, because Magica's like, oh ho ho.
Yeah.
We'll see about that. Because we see Magica herself disappears.
Yeah.
She disappears into her staff.
Yeah.
And she does some weird magic shit that makes Lena look like her and sound like her.
Yeah.
Against her will. So it's this really, really bad transformation sequence where she becomes Magica.
Yeah, and she's like yelling just before that. She's like, I am nothing like you. Mm-hmm. And we see her physically, and we have like that big mirror, and so she's directly seeing that she is literally Magica at this moment. And so the kids walk in, and they're all...
they forced the door open, and they're all like in their dream form. Yeah. So we have long leg Huey, Webby looking like Scrooge, Dewey High, Dewey, Louie's a cat.
Yeah, and
Violet has a book. She's a book. And they see Magica.
Yeah.
And so Webby demands, like, where's Lena? What have you done with her?
Yeah, and Lena, who has Magica's voice, is like, no, I am Lena.
Yeah.
I just look like Magica. And that specific, like, tone.
Yeah, she can't control, like, the tone.
Yeah.
And so she sounds super sarcastic.
Yeah, and Lena, like, Webby's like, stop mocking me.
Yeah, she's like, I'm not.
Yeah.
It's my voice.
Yeah.
But
specifically, Lena is like, oh, why do I sound sarcastic? And Webby's like, because you're a monster.
Yeah. That messes with Lena. Because she's like, well, no, like, I'm not. Uh-huh. And as she starts to say this, she literally now turns into a monster. Mm-hmm. Like we saw with the claws and with the wings, it all kind of comes together. And her becoming this, like, gargoyle-looking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, big claws and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like, because I feel like her emotions got so distressed.
Yes.
That she immediately became this thing.
I don't think Magica did that.
No,
because when it happens, she's like, ooh.
Yeah, she's literally like, ooh, ironic.
Yeah, I think just the same thing as we've seen, like I said, with the wings and the claws. There's a manifestation of Lena's fears.
Yeah.
Of becoming this monster. So she literally takes on monster attribute.
And literally, like, Webby, her best friend, calls her that, so that immediately sends her.
Yeah, even though it's a whole misunderstanding, like, it's Magica's, she's been having these nightmares for weeks. Mm-hmm. She's always has this fear that she's going to turn into Magica. And now she's literally turned into Magica.
Yeah.
And then with Webby calling her a monster, she finally, this time, fully becomes one. Mm-hmm. And so the kids start fighting her because she starts breathing fire and she can't control it.
Yeah, when she's trying to speak, like, fire will come out.
Yeah.
And, like, Dewey's the first one to attack, and
he knocks himself out with the basketball.
And, like, no matter what she does, it always ends up kind of, like, negatively affecting
it's like she's
kids.
attacking them.
Yeah.
Like, she flies up and it, like, blows them all back.
Mm-hmm.
She tries to talk, she breathes fire.
Yeah.
Huey grabs Louie and just chucks him at Lena. Which I guess makes sense. He's like, it's a dream. He'll be fine.
Yeah. But when he does, like, Lena, like, hits him back, right? So that it...
no, I think, no.
Louie.
Louie just jumps off.
Yeah,
he, like,
okay.
But Huey starts to walk away, and then he hits his head on the chandelier, because he's too fucking tall. And the chandelier is loose, so it's going to fall on Webby.
Yeah, and it's falling on Webby.
Yeah.
And so Lena, directly, like, pushes Webby out the way, and it collapses on Lena. And this is when Webby's like, oh, wait.
Like, wait. And then Violet does not hesitate for a second.
Yes.
Opens up her book and it shoots like magic, and this throws Lena into the big mirror, where we see that Magica goes into the reflection to talk to her. Yeah. And this scene with the big mirrors is, I think, I'm assuming a direct reference to a scene in Nightmare on Elm Street. The same thing. It's a big room of mirrors, and like Freddy shows up in the mirror, and it's kind of spooky. Ooh. Yeah.
I've always been curious how they shoot mirror scenes.
I know. I mean, right? I mean, it's like Parent Trap. They just.
Well, yeah, no, but like specifically how you don't get like the camera reflection.
Oh, right. I don't fucking know. Yeah, I don't know. Magic.
I'll Google it later. I always mean to Google it. So we have this scene with Magica and Lena, and Magica is basically like, no matter how much you try, no matter, you know, what you do, they're always going to turn against you.
Yeah. So she's like, stop fighting. Yeah. Come back to me.
Yeah. Like, this is when she takes again that, like, if she's so nice kind of tone.
Yeah.
She's like, you're tired. Yeah. Just give up. Come home.
Yeah. And she, like, her hand comes to the mirror, like asking her to take her hand again.
No matter how hard you fight it, they will always turn on you. Give in. No worrying if you measure up. If you're too flawed.
And I hate how, like, genuine
I know.
she sounds. Because Lena's like, okay, basically.
Yeah, Lena starts to give up. But then we see Webby sees the friendship bracelet around Lena's wrist and realizes what's going on. Yeah. So Webby goes over and she stops. So she grabs her arm. Yeah. And so they have this conversation. That was really interesting because Lena looks like Magica the whole time. Yeah. Webby's like, well, is this what you've been afraid of? Like, becoming Magica? Yeah. And Lena, she turns around and scoots back, so she's leaning against the mirror. She's talking about how she's so tired of fighting it. Yeah. Fighting, like, becoming Magica.
Yeah, because she's like, I am her. And Webby's like, no, like, you're not. Everything you've done has proven, again, that you're not bad. She's like, she was trying to destroy us, like Magica. Yeah. And you still tried to save all of us. Yeah. Like, specifically Webby, she pushed away, you know, from the
and how they were all attacking Lena, and she still didn't hesitate to save Webby. Magica would never have done that.
Yeah, and that's when Lena's like, you're right, she would never do that.
She would never. Yeah. And it's this really nice moment of realization that, that she's not her abuser. That even though relatedness or otherwise, since, you know, she's like a shadow that was made from her, whatever. But the fact that no matter... It doesn't matter if you're related or not. However, with your abuser, you don't become them just by being related to them or by being raised by them
or by having spent any sort of time with them.
Yeah, it's not like a default like you can't control it. Yeah, you're your own person. You're not just a clone of them.
Exactly, especially in Lena's case.
Especially in Lena's case.
I'm sorry, I didn't see. Of course, it's you. Is this what's been bothering you? That you might become Magica?
I'm just so tired of fighting it. I am her.
No, you're not. We were trying to destroy you and you still saved me.
Yeah, of course I did. Of course I would. She would never.
What are you doing? Don't listen to her. You are me.
You're not her. You're you. You put so much pressure on yourself to be good, but you're good enough.
Give me back my powers, you ungrateful brat!
That moment, though, Magica kind of like, she's like, you know what? Fuck that.
Fuck this. So she grabs Lena's arm, and we said she's gonna drag her through the mirror. Yeah. And I guess do something.
Yeah, I don't know.
And so she's dragging, she has like her arm wrapped around Lena's throat, and it's like dragging her back. And Webby's pulling her, and we see that the magic from the friendship bracelet is just triggered. And all the kids have the bracelets now, because Lena made them for them. And so we get this, like, chain of Magica where all the kids trying to pull Lena back away from Magica.
We get Dewey, and he's, like, gonna grab, like, Huey's hand, and he's like,
and it's, like, this long arm. Yeah. And he looks up, like, no. And Huey just nods once, like, you must.
So they do it. Yeah, at one point, things are looking pretty bad.
It looks bad. Lena's almost... Her head's almost going through the mirror.
And Webby's losing grip. Yeah. She's, like, holding her by the fingers. Yeah. And Webby starts to cry. Yeah. And her tears hit Lena. And that also gives her, like, the friendship glow.
The magic thing. And that overwhelms whatever magic has got going on. Yeah. And it's really cool. It fills up the mirror. And so it completely floods it. And magic is lost inside of it. Yeah. And so they all wake up. And they're back in their room in their pajamas and sleeping bags. But Violet is like, wait, we should make sure we're not still in the dream. And Dewey's way to solve this is, because, it's a classic. Like, oh, we're back. Psych! psych. But no, they're awake because Huey's beautiful, awful, disgusting long legs are gone.
Yeah, and he's like, fine.
And he's so upset about it. He's like, yeah, we're awake. Whatever. Huey, that's a good thing.
It's really nice, before we get to this part, like, Barbie specifically saying, you put so much pressure on yourself to be good, but you're good enough.
Yeah. And there's no, like, bar for her to meet. Like, when she thinks, or somehow, like, thinks that there is some sort of mark she has to meet. And once she reaches it, she won't be Magica anymore. Yeah. Like, there isn't that. That's not a thing. She has to just be herself. And being herself doesn't mean she's Magica. Yeah. Yeah, so it's something she has to learn. So, yeah, I think this is really nice. I think basically conclusion to Lena's thing with Magica, because it feels like she's not afraid of her anymore at this point.
We see right now.
Yeah. Just from what we've seen, just from Lena's arc with Magica starting way back when, and let's say like the other bin. Like in other bin, we see what her greatest fear is, and her greatest fear is Magica not only being freed, but like killing Webby. Yeah. And we see that relationship there, and then, Lena getting possessed by magic, obviously, and then her being just terrified of her. And then in the Shadow War, her learning to fight back, and beating her in, at least holding her back long enough for the kids to survive. From friendship-based magic and everything, her learning to have, I guess, inner strength, and, I mean, being free from Magica's influence, and not just in the terms of magic controlling her, literally, and then controlling her in just controlling her through her fear. Yeah. So I think at this point she's finally free of that, which is nice. I mean, it's really important to see, considering how they set up Magica as this threat.
And right now we see...
Oh my god, yeah. So, because all the kids are awake, and they see out the window this kind of weird floating thing.
Like a drone thing.
A drone. Yeah. Floating thing. A drone. Right outside their window, and they're like... What the hell? So they follow it out, and they stop at the gates, and we see Magica, like, in the shadows of the trees.
Yeah, just her red glowing eyes.
Yeah, and they realize, like, oh my god, like, actual Magica has been creeping in Lena's dreams. Like, that was her.
Yeah, it's not just, like, Lena's fears. It's literally that Magica has had...
She's been entering her dreams all week with this thing.
Yeah, so she goes on to say, like, I wanted to get my powers back, but you kept waking up. Yeah. So I thought, like, that having a sleepover would make sure that you're asleep and that I have enough time to, like, get my powers back.
You can give them back, like, right now, though. Yeah. And she comes out of the trees!
Oh my god. She's
been living in the woods.
Yeah.
Since the Shadow War, I guess. Yeah. Because her dress is torn, she's got squirrels living up in there.
She just looks insane.
She looks, like, insane, and she acts insane. Yeah. She's like, you need me! Like, she's, like, having a constant mental breakdown at this point.
She looks very pathetic.
Super, but she's, like, hunched over.
Yeah. And just so pathetic.
Awful.
Because she always has kind of, like, a regal gothic look to her. No, she doesn't.
She's been living in a bush for weeks.
Yeah, she is like, we're family.
Yeah,
you need me.
How long? It's been like almost half a year, because the Duke Bologna episode was like 3 months after the Shadow War, and that was episode like 3.
Yeah,
so
and then
it's been a while.
Yeah,
she's been living in the bushes for a while, like outside McDuck Manor.
Oh my god.
But yeah, so Lena's, she has this, we forgot to mention, she has this weird helmet thing. Yeah. Which is not explained where she got that shit.
Oh, I know. They just say it's, like, stolen, but they don't say from where.
Yeah, because it says prototype on it. So I'm going to assume she stole it from Fowl? Because it's purple. Oh. It's not a gyro color.
No.
And not a waddle color either. Yeah. So I'm going to assume Fowl made it, and she somehow stole it?
No idea.
Or they gave it? Because we don't know what her connection is yet to Fowl. That we'll talk about it more a bit later. Yeah, and because Violet says it probably looks like some sort of, what does she call it? Like a dream something? Neurotransmitter?
Yes. Oh my god, I wrote that. Neurofrequency amplifier. So everything that Lena was going through, like all the nightmares, she was just there to amplify the scariness of the dream. Okay, yeah. And that's how she entered the dreams.
Yes.
And we see that at this point, like, Lena kind of, like, realizes how pathetic and weird and just not powerful Magica is.
Because Lena has all of her power.
Yeah.
Like, she's like, And that, not Lena who needs Magica, it's Magica who needs her.
Yeah.
Like, Magica's literally nothing.
Yeah, she's literally like, isn't magic like your whole thing?
Yeah.
Without it, you're basically nothing.
Yeah, it's like, what's with the fucking space helmet going on?
The helmet really doesn't help her.
No, it does. Oh yeah, she got a stick coming out of her hair too. Woof. And we see that Lena tells her like you are not allowed in my dreams.
Yeah.
And she destroys the helmet with magic.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a very freeing moment for Lena. Mm-hmm. And that Magica like, jumps at her at the gate. Lena doesn't move.
Feral.
Yeah, she's super feral. Lena's the only one who doesn't like back up. Like whoa, because she's clawing through the gaps in the gate.
Yeah.
Like I'll like tear out my magic out of your body with like the bare skin of my teeth.
Yeah, she's like, I'll grind your heart to dust beneath my heel. I'll claw out your soul.
Yeah.
And she's just like making it like clawing,
just clawing at her through the gate. But Lena does not react because.
No.
I mean, she's not afraid of her anymore. Like, look at her. She's so pathetic.
Yeah.
It's awful. Like, realizing how, like you said, how pathetic Magica really is. Mm-hmm. That it was never Lena who was lacking.
Yeah.
It was Magica.
Yeah.
Who's just this pathetic lady.
Scrooge!
Yeah, Scrooge, what the hell? This is crazy lady right outside your gate. Duckworth! Dude!
Honest.
It doesn't even register as a threat, I guess.
I guess,
just
yeah.
a crazy lady at the gate.
How often does that happen?
I don't know.
But yeah, so Lena's like, you know what? I feel really rested.
Yeah.
And Louie's like, I can go for
Yeah, just Louie.
But
and so they all back to the mansion. While like Magica's just lazily were screaming.
Yeah, she's just like, I am Magica de Spell, and it's like no one cares.
No one cares.
You think you've won, but I am your fate. I am the dark force at the core of all things! I am Magica de Spell!
But yes, I'm just interested in saying where she got the helmet. Because it's not explained. She comes out wearing it and you're like, whoa.
Also, whoa.
Yeah, whoa. But also, whoa. Where did that come from? Yeah, so I'm assuming since we're getting all the foul stuff next season, we'll get an explanation. Probably, because where the fuck did she get that? She's living in the woods. Jesus.
God.
So, very good episode.
Yes.
I always love episodes of anything that have to do with dreams, because it's always really interesting. Or, and if they're done well, funny. Like this. Sometimes they're just kind of dumb.
Yeah.
And if they don't go a serious route, they can just be dumb. So this is fun. Mm-hmm. It reminded me a little bit of the DuckTales 1987 episode, Nothing to Fear. Mm-hmm. When Magica creates like a fear cloud over the mansion. That's a good episode.
It's a really sad episode.
It is really sad. It has, on one hand we have fucking Doofus, God, who's, so Magica creates this fear cloud that appears over the mansion and makes anyone inside the mansion imagine their worst fears. Mm-hmm. I forget why. Why did she do this? She wants to get the number one dime somehow do this?
I feel like at the end discover that she doesn't even really...
Right? Like, what was her plan?
I don't remember what the plan was.
I don't remember what her plan was. I just remember... Some
bullshit.
Something. Fear cloud. Whatever. I forget her reasoning for this. Just to mess with Scrooge.
Maybe.
I don't remember. So in that episode, God, Doofus's worst fear is that food coming alive to eat him, like turning a banana, I remember distinctly, becomes like a 10-foot banana monster that tries to eat him, and they should have let it.
Doesn't he also get bullied though?
He gets bullied too. Yeah, that's right.
That's
by
sad.
One of the Beagle children.
Yes.
Like not quite Beagle Boy level, high school level Beagle.
Yeah.
Are the dreams real, or they're imagining them, right? They're not actually there. Because I think don't they see Doofus like thrashing around, and they're is he alright?
I think it's all like everyone's imagining
in their heads. Yeah. Because I think Duckworth imagines the limo becoming alive or something, and then the vacuum turns into like a puma or something. Which I'm like, Duckworth, what the hell does this mean? Do you need a vacation? Is that what this means? The kids, Huey, Dewey, and Louie, and Scrooge's nightmares are actually pretty serious.
Yeah.
Like, the kids imagine Scrooge saying that he doesn't want them, he never wanted them, and he wants them out.
It's almost as if someone knows what our worst fears are and is using them against us. But who would know that much about us?
Figured it out, did you? Well, my worst fears came true when I got you three little television lever-oners. I never wanted you here, but that no-good Donald dumped you on me. I've been doing all this to scare you out of my life.
But how could you do all those things?
I'm rich. I can do anything. And I'll be even richer when you're out of here.
Uncle Scrooge! Uncle Scrooge!
Don't call me that. I don't want to be your uncle anymore.
And this is like pretty early on in like the season, right?
Oh, I think so. I
want
want
to
to
third or fourth episode. Or
No, not that early. I want to say it's episode. I'm gonna guess. It's been a while. 28.
28.
Let's see. It's very specific. Let's see. I'm gonna be super wrong. No, wait. Either that or it's 40 something. Let's see. No, I was totally wrong. Episode 59.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn. That's
super wrong.
Later. Yeah.
Anyway, and so that's the kid's sphere, which is fucked. He like throws this. They have like a framed picture of Don. I think he like throws it at their feet. And then Scrooge's fear is that the kids hate him.
Yeah.
Like, hate him. And they're, like, delinquents.
I think Luke just want him for, like, his money.
For money, yeah. I think Louie carves his name in the door with a pocket knife. And he's like, kids, what the hell? And then they, like, throw him out the window.
This can't be happening. You wouldn't have talked this way to me.
Get with it, Uncle Buddy-Duddy. That goody-goody nephew stuff was all an act. Yeah, just to get our hands on your dough. Now get out and make more money so we can keep mooching off you. Yeah, that's all you're good for. And that's all we're good for.
Then we get that, like, weird animation error.
Yeah, when they close the door on Huey's head.
Yeah.
The window on Huey's head, you can still see his head. That's right. It's a very, like, overt animation error, and it's like, oh.
Okay.
I guess they missed that, or they just did not give two shits.
Yeah.
They were, what, high on crack in the animation studio. They're like, fuck it, who gives a shit? It's 1987. We're Disney animation pioneers. Who's gonna stop us?
Honestly, though.
We're one of the only shows in syndication. Nobody can stop us.
No.
You get high on crack? Is that the term?
I don't think that's the term,
No,
but it
right?
is an upper.
I don't know. Drugs are not bad. Anyway.
Yeah. It's a sad episode.
It's a sad episode.
Yeah.
And then I think one of Scrooge's earlier fear before it gets really intense is because the fear cloud follows you. Like even if you leave the mansion, like a mini cloud follows you. And I think he first imagines people coming to take the kids because he loses all his money, and then people like social services come and they're like, "We're taking your kid. You got no money."
Yeah.
And he's like, "Oh fuck, no."
Yeah.
And then the really bad nightmare happens. Anyway. It kind of reminded me of that.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like it has, like, the same kind of, like, fear.
Yeah. Fear, stuff, nightmares.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway. I think one of the things I wanted to talk about is that the Lena episodes are all very, very good, and they get into intense stuff every single time.
Yeah.
I am bummed that we aren't getting Scrooge and Magica. Because we haven't really had anything with them, because...
Yeah.
Even season 1, Magic is the main villain, and Scrooge doesn't know about her until the Shadow War.
Yeah.
He doesn't know she's a threat until the Shadow War happens, and then it's like, oh, fuck. And then she's like, oh, you're going to get a coin, and he's like, oh, no, and he's in a coin. And then he fights her for 2 seconds at the end, and then he wins, and whatever.
Yeah.
But there's never an explanation for what their beef is.
Yeah.
And what was her beef with him?
Yeah.
Because it wasn't that she wanted the coin to get the Midas touch, like she does in the comics, and I'm pretty sure the animated series, but that one was all over the place.
It varies.
Yeah. So, across the board, she wants the coin to melt her down in order to make like a talisman to give her the Midas touch so she can be rich or something. Whatever. Whatever. But in this, there's never an explanation for what their beef is. There's mention that it's like a centuries-old rivalry. So, what's that about then?
Yeah.
So we assume Magica's thousands of years old, because that's been mentioned that she's old. Like, sorceress.
Ancient. Yeah.
So what's the beef with his ancestors? We don't know what spurred the rivalry, and we don't we haven't seen them interact.
Yeah.
Like for her being, as we learn in DuckTales, his worst villain. Mm-hmm. We know nothing about why she's his worst villain.
Yeah.
Like,
and even like at the end of last season, she's just literally like dismissed.
Yeah. Like they just let her run off at the end. And like, just put her in jail. What? Someone probably died because of the Shadow War.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
Can we do something about that? Officer Cabrera!
Yeah.
Stop her. But, again, the fact that we haven't gotten that history, Jesus. Which I thought we would get in Moonvasion. Jeez, like, I keep saying Moonvasion. In the Shadow War.
We wanted a lot from Moonvasion.
I'm not getting into that yet. But in the Shadow War, I thought we would learn what the beef was.
Yeah.
Because we see Magica being built up as the villain with Lena. Through Lena. Like, through her relationship with Lena. We see how awful she is. But we just don't know what the deal is with Scrooge. Mm-hmm. Probably. Magica's going to get her powers back. Or she's going to do something to become a bigger threat than she is now.
Yeah.
And maybe then we'll learn.
Mm-hmm.
But at this point, I want that. I want to know. I want us to see them interacting more.
Yeah.
Because the bits that we got are very good. Mm-hmm. But they don't give us any insight into why she's his worst enemy. Mm-hmm. Like, what was the whole thing with because they fought on Mount Vesuvius 15 years ago. Yeah. What led up to that?
Yeah, well, why was that beef going on? Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to know. And we do have some questions. I'll read the ones on Twitter first. Okay. Alright, we have from @Lena Saberwing. We've seen Magica personally face off with and lose to both Webby and Lena. Do you think, as a remaining member of Team Magic and part of Lena's adoptive family, who we're supposed to explore next season, her next move to regain her powers might involve targeting Violet?
Oh. I had never thought about that. I mean, that would be interesting in a way. Kind of like as a way to explore like Violet and Lena's own relationship. That would be cool.
Well, I think obviously while Lena knows magic, I think Violet knows magic like
by the book.
By the book.
Yeah.
So she would know secret talismans and spells and stuff to help Magica get her powers back.
Yeah.
So I think maybe like
you know, we've been speaking about Shazam a lot.
Yeah.
Kind of like the Billy and I forgot the other kid.
Oh, fuck, what's his name? The friend, right?
Yeah,
Freddy.
Freddy. I think it's Freddy?
The Freddy.
It's kind of like how like Billy has the power,
yeah,
but he doesn't know anything about it.
Nothing about superheroes. So Freddy's okay. We gotta try flying.
Yeah.
We gotta try super speed and all. Yeah. So
yeah, kind of like that.
Violet is the Freddy,
Freddy.
more scientific.
Yeah.
And serious. Mm-hmm. And apparently taking college courses.
I love it.
So yeah, and I think definitely since Violet knows the scientific and, like I said, by the book side of magic, she could be useful to Magica.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Yeah.
And we have a question from @Aaron Tarpey. Did anything surprise you about the children's dreams? Anything you didn't expect?
I don't even know. Like, all of it?
Long-legged
Long-legged Huey. I was really not expecting long-legged Huey. Like, the theme of their dreams makes sense.
Yeah.
Just the execution. It was very, like, well done, you know?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, yeah. Their dreams are fun.
Mm-hmm.
I think...
The Dewey reveal was fun. Like, the ambiguous gender.
Yes, yeah, the ambiguously gendered romantic interest.
Yeah.
That was really good.
I love that.
His, the moon made of his tears. But I think of the kids, nothing really surprised me.
Yeah.
I wanted... It's long like Huey. But, I would say we wanted more from Violet.
Yeah.
Because we got basically nothing. She likes to read.
Yeah.
We knew that already.
Dreams and Doodles says, what do you think about Lena seeing that bit of black hair just before she went to sleep? Was it still Magica controlling her mind, or is she just not a natural blonde and never knew because it was the first time she's existed as something other than an unaging shadow creature?
I mean, that was real. When she first saw the hair.
Yeah.
It was real. That was when she was in the bathroom. And the eye thing and the mirror shattering. The mirror was her. Mm-hmm. I'm realizing now, because it was her, like, with her...
Oh, with her, like, panic.
Yeah, with her panic. Like, how she makes the candle burn huge and popping the balloon just with magic. She cracks the mirror with her panic and seeing the eyes. But, yeah, I think her hair is naturally black. Yeah. And that she does bleach and dye it to pink. Mm-hmm. So I think that was real.
Yeah. Marble Fang Geek 09 says, do you think we'll ever see Magica at her full power ever again, or she'll stay in this more weakened state pretty consistently throughout the show?
What do you think?
I feel like maybe more often than not we're gonna see her like this.
Yeah.
And they're only gonna bring her out for the big things.
Yeah.
You know? Because I feel like this show also doesn't want to stay with, like, Magica as the big bad. Mm-hmm. It's gonna be other
It's foul,
characters.
yeah, because we got we got their whole thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
But, and yeah, I mean, we'll see in DuckTales that even without her power, she's still a threat.
Yeah.
When she gets her shit together. Goes to a spa.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Yeah. But, I don't know if we'll see her at full power again. Because her being green, which, for me, it's weird now seeing her white.
Yeah.
I got used to her being green. But she's been white, like, forever. It's just more recently, just for this, that they made her green for magic power purposes. But, I mean, her character design from the beginning has been white feathers. Yeah. So we'll probably see more of that.
Yeah, sadly. Yeah. I liked her green.
I liked her with the green too. I'm like, damn, that works though. It works. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, it's just really cool. It gives me very much like witch vibes.
Like Maleficent.
Well, I was gonna say like the Wicked Witch.
That too. That too.
She's my favorite. Elphaba.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying.
Like from Wicked or
from
just
Wicked,
in general? Okay.
In general too. She's fucking badass.
Her melting in
really...
the Wizard of Oz is fun.
It is. Her going, like, disappearing to the smoke
yeah!
is really cool,
isn't that when she, like, badly burned herself, the actress?
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks. It was the 40s.
It was the 40s. A lot of bad shit. I mean, the Tin Man almost died, too.
Right? Because of poisoning through his skin of the makeup. It was, like, lead or something.
I don't know if it was lead, but it was just not, like, a breathable paint.
40s. 1940s.
Also, someone said that the snow that comes down in that poppy scene
is
asbestos. So, you know.
I don't doubt it was.
Yeah.
Did they know back then? No, right? It was like the 70s, 80s. Everyone asbestos is bad. It's bad.
You don't want that. Yeah,
bad for your lungs.
I think someone said that it has like the most realistically like snowy quality.
Jesus Christ!
And I'm like,
I thought so many fucking houses had asbestos in the walls, and I'm like, fuck, we gotta get this asbestos out because we're gonna die.
Your kid has been sleeping in this room with asbestos for all his life.
Oh my
That's
god,
bad.
Okay,
but yeah, Wizard of Oz killed people or really severely damaged.
It's really caused near mortal peril.
Yeah,
it's great. Anyway,
Butch Trek says, hello, what was your favorite part of Nightmare on Killmotor Hill and funniest scene in your opinion? Scariest for me was that goddamn mascot.
Dewey, dude! Hated that! Because the music gets all creepy.
Yeah.
And just drum nightmare. It's terrible.
Like the whole, like, because he keeps appearing in different hallways first.
He like teleports.
Yeah, I hated it. Funniest?
Long leg Huey. Long leg Huey. May
he reign supreme.
God. Just the noises. The noises completed, like the horrible rubber band, like noises. And they're very like something's not right here.
And just like Dewey's reactions to the whole thing.
Oh my god, really it's so funny. Oh my god.
Taylor's Giant asks, what was your favorite dream design a character got?
Oh. So we got Cat Louie. Mm-hmm. Long leg Huey. Lena as a wolf. We have
Magica.
Lena's Magica. Magica as the dog catcher.
Yes.
High school. Dewey High Dewey. I think that's it.
Scrooge Webby.
Right, Scrooge Webby, of course.
Both
Phooey.
Violet.
What did you say? Violet got nothing.
A bug. She got a bug.
Yeah, she got a bug. Okay.
No.
And Phooey. As much as it frightens me, I like them giving form to Phooey.
Okay.
For the first time officially.
I don't know, every time I see the four of them, I'm like, back streets, back art. I don't know, I really liked like Lena's form, like wolf form. I'm like,
that was good.
Also jarring to see like a Disney style wolf.
Yeah. Like, whoa.
Oh, like, oh.
Looks like the fucking wolves from like Beauty and the Beast or some shit.
Yeah, I'm like, but no, yeah.
And actually made the wolf like to scale, because wolves are actually huge.
Yes.
The Beauty and the Beast wolves are too small. I was wrong. They're too small. They're like fox size. The Beast. Remember they're chasing Belle. Yes. It'd be scary. The wolves are huge. Wolves, you know, like a husky?
Yeah.
Wolves are like two huskies on top of each other. That's a wolf.
The size of a moose terrifies me.
Oh my god, no, they're like houses.
A house. Yeah.
They're house-sized. I never want to see a moose.
I never want to see.
It's probably the last thing you ever see.
Yeah. Well, there was that video that was going around Twitter of a guy, he's like just taking out trash.
And just moose fighting?
Like there's just like a moose that's like walking through like this completely white, and he like, I guess it's like a little house so that the trash doesn't get like covered in snow. And he sees it, he immediately goes back in and closes like this little shed, and you see the moose like go by. I'm just like, that's terrifying.
I know, there was this book I read it a couple times, called Hatchet.
I don't know.
It's good. It's cool. Like, I read it a lot for whatever reason, and it's like this kid, he's in like this small plane. He's flying, I think, to see his like estranged father in Canada. He's flying somewhere. He's in this tiny plane. It's him and the pilot, and the pilot has a heart attack, and they're flying over like the Canadian wilderness, and they crash.
Oh god!
And they crash in this lake, and the kid, he gets out. He's like 16 or some shit. He gets out. And, like, the first thing, so he almost dies. The pilot dies, obviously. He drowns after having a heart attack.
Oh, God.
And the kid gets out, and then he's immediately almost beaten to death by a moose.
Oh, no.
This moose comes and just attacks him.
Yeah.
And then so he stays there, and he tries to move again, and the moose immediately comes back, attacks him again. Oh, no. And so he has to, like, lay there and play dead for, like, almost, like, however long he has to do that before the moose finally leaves him the fuck alone.
Oh,
and I read this book, like, in 3rd grade, and I learned, I'm like, okay, mooses are the worst thing on the planet. Holy shit.
Yeah.
And then the kid has to, like, survive in the wilderness for, like, months.
Oh my god.
Because nobody knows where he is.
Yeah.
And like months go by, he has to like learn how to survive. And the whole hatchet thing is like a hatchet his dad or his mom, someone gave him that he always has on him. Okay. That helps him survive. Like he cuts up wood and he makes a little hut or whatever the fuck he does. Okay. And at some point he has to go back to the plane to get like the first aid kit to get something out of it. Yeah. There's like stuff in there. And you see like the pilot skeleton in there.
Oh god.
Because it's been months and it's been eaten by fish and stuff. Yeah, it's a good book. Because he has to like survive, and it's like him surviving. I'll never forget, really, just the part of where the moose tries to kill him for no reason.
Just I don't know. That's fucking wild.
It was very, very stressful.
Yeah, I bet.
God. Like little 3rd grade me learned that moose are the most terrifying creatures on the planet.
They really are.
Awful. Okay, next question. Aramina Killer 20 said, "What Disney villainess does this Magica remind you of? Honestly, at first I thought of Maleficent, but now she's giving me some Mother Gothel vibes by the way she treats Lena in this episode." Yeah.
It's like a sick love child of them both.
Yeah. Cause like she has like Maleficent's kind of looks and not grace, because Maleficent's too graceful. Yeah. She has Gothel's kind of grip on reality. Yeah. In that she has none. But she's got Butterfingers on reality.
But also, like, Mother Gothel's kind of, like the way Mother Gothel would do, like, the voice. Like, oh, yeah, no, like, I really care about you, kind of, like,
and
way.
And then when turning to, her reality in which she's the worst person on earth.
Yeah, yeah.
She sucks! God, Gothel's the worst.
Yes.
Yeah, you're right, no, yeah. Yes. You're right, Aramina Killer 20. Mother Gothel vibes.
Yes.
Anonymous.
What should I name them?
Dewey Dude.
Oh god. Dewey Dude says, "I hope we get to see more of Lena, either with her continuing to move on from Magica or to see more of her new sisterhood with Violet. I prefer both."
I think Lena's, we see, mostly moved on from Magica. We see at the end here with her no longer being afraid of her. But yeah, definitely I want to see her being Violet's sister, being actually solidly established. Yeah. And not just knowing it from word of mouth from the creators, from the writers.
Mm-hmm. I want to see it. I want to see her in a different house.
Yes.
In a house with her own bed.
Yeah, with her own room. Yeah. Not a concrete hole in the ground. That sucked.
Yep. Okay, another anonymous.
Phooey
says, do you think the part in Dewey's dream where he is cradled by a moon made of tears just a gag, or will it come back? It's a gag.
It's a gag.
But the trauma will come back.
Yes, the trauma will return. We'll see more of the trauma.
Yes.
Because these kids are all traumatized.
Yeah. Just like 10 years from now, in college, they're gonna be like, wow, we're really fucked up.
Yeah, what the hell? Like, we thought our mom was dead for 10 years. Oh, boy. All right, I believe that is it for us.
Yes.
This is fun. You can look at our stuff. We got stuff going on Twitter at A Modus Battles Podcast. That's where we mostly post about new episodes, and if we do fun stuff, mostly going to Disney.
Yes.
And doing stuff. Retweeting art and
interacting with y'all.
Yes.
If you guys interact with us.
Yeah. And then we're also on Tumblr at A Modus Battles Podcast. Which you can send in questions there.
We're also on Gmail.
We got Gmail. If you don't have Tumblr or Twitter.
Yeah. At amorespatospodcast@gmail.com. Yes. Leave us a review.
Yeah.
On iTunes.
I haven't checked if we have new ones.
Me either.
But we'll do that. And if we do, we'll read them on here.
Yes.
On this podcast. Into this microphone. This is evolving. Thank you, Michael and Stubbing Graffiti, for our lovely cover art.
Yes. Beautiful.
Beautiful. All right. Saludos, amigos.
Saludos, amigos.